Let's call a spade a spade. She got murdered. Okay. So if you've been under a rock for the past few days and having seen the news about this young lady that went on a birthday vacation to Tanzania for her 31st birthday and got murdered, ever since I saw that news clip, she has been on my mind nonstop. I did not want to speak on it initially until there's more information because this is a very sensitive subject. For the past few days, there has been a lot of speculation online surrounding what happened. One thing that is consistent in everything that I'm hearing online is that no one believed this young lady took her life. Hey guys, welcome to another video. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. On this channel, I give my take on cultural movements, social media trends, and anything else that is grinding my gear at the moment. In today's video, I'm going to cover some of the news that have been circulating regarding her passing, some updates that have come out since the news broke, and what my take is on this tragedy.
I just spoke to the family of Ashlee Robinson. She's the 31-year-old influencer who was on vacation with her fiance celebrating her birthday. He actually proposed on the trip, but something crazy happened. She was having a good time. Her family said she was very excited to be there, shared pictures with the family, FaceTimed them when she was proposed to. But they released a statement saying that Ashlee was found unconscious in her villa and was rushed to a local hospital where her death was confirmed hours later. I spoke to Robinson's parents. Here's some of what they had to say.
It doesn't make any sense. She was traveling with her, with her boyfriend, and he was taking what was supposed to be a celebratory trip to celebrate her birthday that was coming, and they were in a gorgeous place in Africa and happy. Everything that we knew was that she was supposed to be happy, and she was engaged. She celebrated her birthday thereafter, and then she's just gone. We're confused about how that could change so drastically.
I cannot even imagine the pain this mother is going through right now, losing her child. She is still in shock from all of this and not knowing what happened. Unimaginable. I pray that God give them comfort during this difficult time and justice for Ashlee.
How you found out, and have you spoken to her fiance?
I was initially contacted by him to let me know that something had occurred. And that she was in the hospital, but it was very limited communication and not with a lot of detail. I asked him, when it happened and where it happened, and he told me that something had occurred 11 hours prior to when he was reaching out to me.
You wait 11 hours to tell someone's parents what happened to them? That's the first red flag right there. It's not like there wasn't any connection to reach these people. I know Tanzania is far from the US, but they were online. They were posting during this vacation.
We found out that our daughter had passed from the hotel. The fiance did not reach out to us at all.
Do you believe that Joe McCann had something to do with your daughter's death?
We don't
want
have, it's under investigation, and we don't know what went on.
It's under investigation, and like we said, we just want transparency. Just let us know.
Breaking news, we now know new details in the tragic passing of Ashlee Jenea. Here is a better idea of where Tanzania is located and where they were staying. As I zoom in, you will see that it is a little island off the coast of Africa. And when I zoom in even further, you can see that their hotel was beachside. Here is an aerial view of the hotel in which they were staying. When they arrived, Ashlee and her fiance were staying in room 25. 2 days after they arrived, they got into an altercation and hotel staff moved them apart. This was after room 24, which was directly next to the couple's bungalow, complained of the noise. Ashlee's fiance was moved to this bungalow area. Shortly after that, a hotel attendant was making their rounds for inspections, and they found Ashlee looking for a phone charger, and they were able to get her one. She then asked the attendant to return in about 15 minutes. When the hotel worker eventually went back to her room, the door was locked and the lights were off. Using a spare key, the attendant opened the door, and at that moment, Ashlee dropped from where she was suspended. The attendant said when Ashlee was untied from the nook that she was breathing, though unconscious. unconscious. She was then rushed to a hospital where she was then moved to another hospital and passed away. Tanzanian police have also released a statement in an order of events. Within the statement, they did confirm that she was in fact in room 25 and her fiance was moved to room 65. They also stated that a belt was used in this instance. They said on April 9th, 2026, around 9 p.m. in the afternoon, she passed away. They also stated that they were moved rooms from each other for safety reasons and that the other guests complained. They said her fiance is still being questioned by local law enforcement and that his passport document has been withheld at this time. They said they are currently awaiting information from a professional examination from doctors. Early on, they did state that she had an unidentified marking on her neck. All of this information was provided by the Deputy Chief of Investigation of the Criminal Offenses of the area.
That was another misinformation on the internet. I'm glad there's an update to clarify that he is considered a person of interest. He is under questioning and his passport has been detained. That is good news because from other reports earlier this week, they were saying that Joe has already returned back to the US and was living his life like nothing has happened.
So I would say the newest thing isn't Joe being questioned by police, because the family actually told me that when I interviewed them. Now police are just confirming that's happening. I'd say what is really the revelation is this timeline that police have outlined from the time that the couple was separated to when Ashlee was actually found. So according to officials' report, they say on the evening of April 8th, a hotel guest came to them and said that there's a couple that has been arguing. So then staff went to the room to check on Joe and Ashlee, and that's when they decided to separate the two. Just to give you a clearer picture of this separation, according to their report, Joe was put in another villa that was about an 8 to 10 minute walk from Ashlee's room. And then officials say that Ashlee was found about 2 to 3 hours later from the time that they separated. So they hadn't been separated for long. And they say that she was found by a room attendant. However, when I spoke to the family, they say that Joe was with security at the time that Ashlee was found. And this is why the family is pushing so hard for the resort to share the surveillance video, because it will easily clear up if anyone went to Ashlee's room from the time she was separated from Joe to the time that she was found.
The fact that we can't tell who entered that girl room is a huge problem. And this is why I strongly believe there should be cameras in public spaces. There should be a camera in entrances to rooms and elevators. Cruise ships is another big one because people always be dying on those cruise ships and people can't figure out who did it.
There's been this recent attempt over the years to try to normalize Black people unaliving themselves in the same way that y'all ancestors was unaliving Black people back in the day. And we're not buying it. Like, I'm not buying what you're selling. And let me just start off by saying justice for Ashlee Jenea. Justice for Ashlee Jenea. Because at first, this was her taking herself out, and they already ruled it that she did it to herself. This is so interesting to me how quickly the police assume that Black people have done this to themselves versus actually investigating. And now we're finding out that the man who looks like this, her fiance, and her got into an argument or an altercation prior to her unaliving. Why was that not a part of your active investigation in the first place? I am not convinced that she did this to herself. I'm not buying what y'all are selling. The story don't make sense.
As someone who have traveled to Tanzania, that is such a beautiful place. I'm not saying people don't off themselves in beautiful places, but the effort, they don't take a vacation, get proposed to and say yes, and then off themselves. It's not common. A lot of people are seeing this as a red flag. Even the family are saying it's not like her. She is not someone who is going to hurt herself. Some people might say, oh, they were arguing and things were not great. I don't think this young lady would off herself based on a argument with this man. She looked like she was having the time of her life on this trip. It really does not add up.
The engagement was a cover-up, and it's hard as hell for me to believe that Ashlee Jenea did that to herself. And just because she liked it don't mean that you have to love it. Whatever her preference was her preference. All these people, well, she felt like the grass was greener on, baby. I don't care if she felt like the grass was bluer, yellower, brighter, but I don't care what. Nobody deserves for their life to be taken away, especially by the hands of another human being. Let's be very clear. When it comes down to the engagement, I feel like it was one big hoax. I feel like he wanted the world to believe that he was deeply in love with her. So when he did this, nobody would look at that, if that makes sense, right? He took over 24 hours to reach out to her family to let them know what happened to her. That don't sit well with me. In addition to that, after everything went down, it's hard for her family to get in contact with him. You would think that he would be reaching out to them to try to bring her home, for them to get closure, for him to get closure, right? As well as answers for exactly what happened to her.
They should not just focus on the fiance. I know everyone on the internet is pointing to the fiance and his behavior, but I think in this case, they should check everything. Everyone, including the hotel, need to be considered a suspect.
The more I'm listening to about what's coming out about Ashlee Jenea, the more I'm starting to realize that A, she really didn't know this man. She really didn't know him. B, nor did the parents. Which leads me to believe that she was only with this man for his money. It's very much giving she did not fucking know this man. And
so another twist to this story growing online is Black men take on this young lady tragedy. They're going back to her post online saying that she hated Black men and she made posts about not dating Black men. Reading some of the comments under her post on Instagram, the hate this young lady was getting from Black men regarding her relationship with this white man is just unbelievable. And I guess because she was very showy and outspoken about her relationship to this man, it pissed a lot of Black men off. Now with this tragedy, some of these Black men are coming online pretty much implying that she deserved what happened to her. As Black people, we should do better.
Majority of Black men are obsessed with seeing Black women struggle. They do not feel like you're worthy or that you are worth anything until you struggle, because they have seen their Black mothers struggle for their entire lives. I just left Ashlee Jenea's Instagram page when I tell you the comments were so gut-wrenching and disturbing to even read. The whole comment section is full of Black men saying, ha ha, that's what y'all get. Y'all said go where you're loved, right? They're literally bashing this young lady that passed away. They are calling Black women every word in the book on there. And the saddest part about it all is the fact that there are white men in the comment sections literally proving our point when it comes to Black men, saying, well, she's damned if she do, damned if she don't, because look at how y'all are even reacting to the fact that this Black woman decided to go where she felt like she was loved at. If we were to circle back to my original statement, it almost feels like Black men really want to see Black women struggle to earn the type of love they feel like Black women deserve. When Black women easily are praised and they're easily loved and they're easily getting these materialistic things, it really bothers them. And so the only narrative they like to come up with is, oh, well, she's going to end up unalived anyway. Why would you want to lay down with your master anyway? All of these things, they get so racist and they get so enraged. And what's so wild is those same Black men would date outside their race because they don't like to be a man. Okay, well, why can't it be the same scenario when it comes to you, dating outside your race? Oh, but let y'all have 1-2 bad experiences with Black women. Now it's all Black women are the same. They all ghetto. They all ratchet. They all loud. They all do too much. Oh, they all force me to be a real man. Like, what is the issue now? Like, bro, and what I find so crazy is Black men don't got a problem with nobody else who date outside the race but their own kind.
It's the double standard for me. The amount of Black men that date outside of their race, and I don't see Black women in their comment saying anything about them. Clearly it was out of jealousy, but the amount of hate she was getting from Black men because she was dating a white man, the double standard is alarming. I also saw online that the family started a GoFundMe to raise money to return Ashlee's body back to the US. That was a red flag to me because I was like, from the lifestyle and what was presented online, this fiance should be wealthy. From his online profile, he is a CEO, CFO, and founder of a company. So why is the family starting a GoFundMe to return your fiance who you supposedly love? That's that's something you should be willingly taking care of. As rich as this man seems to be, we see the videos online, they're flying first class, staying in these expensive luxury resorts, and for the family to start a GoFundMe to raise money to be able to bring this young lady back home, like, is giving he's a scammer, allegedly. All right guys, that is it for today's video. Let's keep the conversation going in the comment. Because this is a sensitive subject, please be respectful with your comment. I pray that Ashlee get the justice that she deserves. I pray for comfort for her family during this difficult time. Thank you for watching. I will catch you in the next video.